Hi, I'm Mark Polk with RV Education 101. Today we're going to install an auxiliary braking system for a towed vehicle that is simple, safe, and reliable. It's called the TANDEM braking system. I have always been an advocate for supplemental braking systems on vehicles being towed by motorhomes. The problem in the past has been what type of braking system to use on your towed vehicle. I have seen braking systems that permanently wear out the vehicle brakes. I've seen others that run down the vehicle battery. I've seen braking systems that are big and bulky and need to be installed, non-installed. And I have seen braking systems that require you to tap into the vehicle's hydraulic brake system. Come on inside. It can be confusing and difficult to select the right type of braking system. I like things that are simple and reliable, simple to install and simple to use. The tandem brake system works mechanically. When the towing vehicle stops or slows down, the tandem applies a proportional pull on a cable fixed to the brake pedal of the towed vehicle, and the brakes are applied only as needed. The tandem brake system adjusts automatically to the towing vehicle deceleration and braking process, and it releases automatically regardless of the road conditions. No air compressor, no electronics, no adjustments, and no premature brake wear. Just simple and reliable. Now that you know how it works, let's look at how simple it is to install. Prior to the installation, there are a few things we need to check. First, make sure the tandem brake is compatible with the tow fixtures on the base plate of the vehicle you plan to tow. Tow fixtures shaped like a U that measure 1.5 inches from outside edge to outside edge and have a 1/2 inch hole for a hitch pin are compatible with the tandem. Examples would be Demco and Blue Ox tow fixtures. Next, verify the level of the tow bar. The tow bar A-frame cannot exceed 2 inches higher or lower between the RV and the towed vehicle. The tandem brake is designed to tow a vehicle with all 4 wheels on the ground. The 4 wheels must be on the ground so that they do not exercise weight on the tow bar. Check that all of the parts arrived in the packaging. You can compare the parts you received to the parts list in the installation instructions. Tools you will need for the tandem brake system installation include plastic tie wraps, safety glasses, 3/8 inch drill, 1/8 inch drill bit, 13 32nd inch drill bit, 3 32nd Allen key, 1/2 inch wrench, 9/16 inch wrench, 7/8 inch wrench, cutters to cut the 3 32nd steel cable and sleeve, silicone to seal the sleeve, lubricant to insert the steel cable into the sleeve, utility knife, pliers, shop rags, measuring tape, 3 feet of scrap wire, a saw with a metal cutting blade to cut the tandem main tube, crimping or swagging tool to install the cable stop. Tandem recommends a minimum distance of 23 inches between the 2 tow fixtures on the base plate. The distance between the fixtures can vary between 23 and 31 inches. However, Tandem recommends using the largest distance possible. In almost all applications, it will be necessary to cut the tandem brake main tube to fit your base plate tow fixtures. The first step is to measure the distance center to center between the base plate toe fixtures. Now subtract 1/2 inch from this measurement. Next, lay the tandem brake on the floor and measure this distance from the tandem brake anchor point to the main tube and mark it with a straight edge. This will leave 1/2 inch of free play. Secure the tandem main tube in a vise or clamp it and use a saw with a metal cutting blade to cut the main tube. After you cut the tube, install the secondary brake piece, part number 0071, over the main tube and check it for proper fit on the vehicle base plate. Secure the tandem to the base plate with hitch pins and clips. If everything checks out so far, you're ready to proceed with the installation. Certain times throughout the installation, I'll be using the vehicle lift to make it easier for you to see what I'm doing. Let's get started. Step number 1. Press on the brake pedal and using a piece of chalk, make a mark on the carpet as straight as possible directly behind the brake pedal. Step number 2. Look on the opposite side of the firewall, approximately where the chalk mark would be, to see if anything interferes with this location. If the vehicle has carpet, use a utility knife to put a small cut in the carpet where you will be drilling the hole. Carefully drill an 1/8 inch hole and verify again that there are no obstacles on the opposite side of the vehicle firewall. If it is clear, enlarge the hole to a diameter of 3/8 inch. Step number 3. Install the sleeve, part number 0069, in the body panel from the engine side of the firewall. To do this, insert the fitting on the end of the sleeve through the hole you just drilled and secure it with the nut and washer provided. Seal around the sleeve on the engine side with silicone sealant. Step number 4. Route and install the sleeve along the engine, making sure that it does not contact any hot parts. You can use a 3-foot length of scrap wire to help determine the best routing possible before actually securing the sleeve. Secure the sleeve as you route it using plastic wire ties. Route the sleeve out from the driver's side and over the top of the tandem brake up to the ring. Cut the sleeve to length with the cable cutter or a cutting disc and insert it into the nylon adapter with spring, part number 0062. Step number 5. Lubricate the steel aircraft cable using grease and a shop rag. Insert the steel cable in the sleeve starting from the inside of the vehicle. Feed the steel cable through the entire sleeve, making sure it does not bind anywhere. Bolt the pedal adapter, part number 0070, to the brake pedal as low on the pedal as possible, and then attach the steel cable end to the pedal adapter. Step number 6. At the front of the vehicle, insert the cable in the brass terminal, part number 0072, and tighten the 2 Allen screws securely. Activate the tandem brake with the help of a metal bar to check that the brass terminal adjustment does not move. Cut the leftover cable, leaving approximately 2 inches, and press the cable stop, part number 0024, onto the cable with the appropriate tool. Step number 7. After installing every part and completing any necessary adjustments, the installation is complete. To disconnect the cable from the brake pedal, press on the brake pedal with your hand and unhook the steel cable. Push the steel cable back to the floor. At the front of the vehicle, disassemble the sleeve and place it under the vehicle to determine the best location for the storage tube. Make the storage tube as accessible as possible and attach it with plastic wraps. When you're not using the tandem brake, you can secure the sleeve inside the storage tube so it's protected. The installation is complete, and now you have a simple, safe, and reliable auxiliary braking system for the towed vehicle. Not only are you in compliance with state and provincial laws, but you have peace of mind that when you apply the motorhome brakes, the towing vehicle brakes will apply proportionately too. For more information on the tandem braking system, visit www.tandemlive.com. Thanks for joining me today. Be safe and happy camping.